I love your Johnny Cash t-shirt.
Oh yeah, it's the Man in Black.
Oh,
He's one of our favourite artists of all time. We
Well-
loved his San Quentin and
oh yeah. Well, you look
Fulton
great.
County. So yeah, courtesy of Giant Tiger, I got a Johnny Cash t-shirt.
Wow.
It's not all just about rock and roll.
No.
So anyway, if you're new to our channel, we're Tina and Norm, and we talk all things retirement. And at the moment, we're going to be talking about the smartest retirement decisions.
Yes.
But where are we now, Teen?
We are in Goderich,
Yeah.
a beautiful place in Bruce County, and it's a really beautiful place.
And it was voted the prettiest town in Canada at one stage. And behind us, what you can see is the world's largest underground salt mine.
Wow.
And it stretches 1,800 feet down below Lake Huron. So it's actually under the lake.
Wow.
And at the moment, there's a big bulk tanker, bulk carrier, we should say, that's being loaded with salt.
Wow.
So this is just such an interesting thing to see.
Yeah.
And of course, Lake Huron, turquoise water.
So that is a very interesting fact for everybody, Norm.
It is. So if you're ever in this part of the world, stop by Goderich. And it's a unique town centre, Teen, because it's
a hexagonal, I think that's right, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah.
So the whole of the town square is built around a hexagonal shape.
Like a big roundabout.
Yeah.
And in the centre is the town hall and law courts. And it's just a very unique, laid out town. And they pride themselves on the landscaping.
Yes, they do.
Very pretty. Tell us one of our smart decisions that we've made in retirement, Teen.
Well, one of them, Norm, had to be when we sold our house. We sold our house and we decided that we were going to rent our apartment. So we moved, didn't we, to a cheaper location.
We did, because we had a house in the countryside and we felt quite remote,
Yes.
even though it was in a subdivision. And we couldn't walk to anywhere. We had to drive to grocery stores. So being in a town, a small town, it's manageable, it's human scale.
It is, and we love it, don't we?
We do. So that was probably the smartest decision, was to sell the big old house, downsize, get an apartment, and come to a smaller town.
So what is our second smartest thing, Norm?
Well, that was buying a car.
Oh.
But not just any car.
No.
No, it wasn't a Porsche. We bought an ex-rental car, 2 years old, reasonably good mileage, and it was about half the price of buying it new. Mm-hmm. And it's been totally trouble-free.
Yeah.
We've only had to put in gas or petrol if you're from the UK, and we haven't changed the tyres yet because they were in good shape. Mm-hmm. So oil changes and gasoline, that's all that we've done. Oh, and we had a puncture the other day.
Oh yeah, that wasn't good.
So we had to go get the puncture repaired. Had a big nail in it.
Yeah. But the biggest thing really for us, Norm, was that we had no car payment, did we?
No, because we did pay cash, didn't we, Tina?
Yeah, it was probably one of the smartest things we've done.
And it was 17,000 all in, taxes, everything.
Yeah.
So we felt it was a bargain, and it's a very nice, economical car. It's quite luxurious, but, you know.
And we like that it has a little hatchback too, don't we?
Yeah, easy to bring stuff up to the trailer.
Oh, absolutely.
So do we have another smart idea, Tim?
Yeah, we do, Norm. I think that was probably when we opened our TFSA savings account. And I was going to say that one thing that is important is that we make sure that we top it up, because you are allowed a yearly allowance to do that, aren't you?
So every year we're allowed to put $6,000 into it. The thing about a TFSA is it's a tax-sheltered savings account, but it's not a retirement plan. So you might be seeing all the butterflies flying around.
I know, it's beautiful,
cabbage whites,
isn't it? And there's
a red admiral. Anyway, the TFSA, it's you contribute into it with dollars you've already paid tax on. So then you're allowed to keep it in cash, like as a savings account, or you can buy stocks, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
So we have dividend stocks. Dividends get paid directly into the TFSA account, and it's been extremely good for us.
Yeah, it's worked really well.
And we've
hasn't it?
maxed out as
Yeah.
much money as possible. And the beautiful thing about that, if you're Canadian, is any of that income from dividend stocks that you get isn't classed as income. It's invisible to the taxman. So it doesn't increase your tax liability, which is really good.
Another really smart idea, Norm, that we did was in buying our RV trailer. That was one of the best things we could have done. Basically, what we did was we saw an old trailer, but we saw beyond that we could buy it, swap it around, take the old one out, and bring a new one in. And it's been wonderful for us. It's really made that we now have our own hotels in Bruce County, isn't it?
It really
Yeah.
does. And
Yeah.
obviously we bought it in the early days of the pandemic,
Yeah.
knowing that we wouldn't be able to travel probably for, we didn't know how long.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit of a emotional lifesaver for us because we're able to get away from the apartment,
Yeah.
come somewhere new, and explore an area of Ontario that we really weren't familiar with.
No. It's,
And the
yeah.
cost of hotel rooms
Oh,
at the moment is
wow.
through the roof, especially in summertime.
Yeah.
So it's been worth every penny that we've put into it.
Mm-hmm.
And we just go there for the week, and at the weekend we come back home.
It's great, isn't it? We love it.
It really is. So if you have an opportunity, maybe it's an old trailer like the one that we bought,
Yeah.
and we just traded it and bought a really nicer used one, and it's been perfect. So that was a really smart decision that we made in retirement. All of the previous have been smart decisions, but probably the smartest, and we didn't know at the time,
No.
was moving into our apartment.
Yeah.
We hadn't realized at the time that having the utilities included, so we have all the electricity paid,
Yeah.
we have our parking, our storage,
Heating. Yeah.
and heating
Yeah.
and air conditioning,
Yeah.
and we only pay the rent. And the great thing about it is that it's rent control, which we hadn't realized. So the rent only goes up by a small amount of percentage, around
Yeah.
2% a year.
Very small, isn't it?
It is.
So that probably was the most smartest we did.
So that is our smart ideas in retirement, and we hope everybody is keeping well.
And staying safe.
And until the next time,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. They're going to start chainsaw.
Yeah.